The infinite happiness paradox states that a person, let's call him Dave, can choose any price he wishes to purchase a magic lamp that will fulfill any request of his desires, presumably other than the request for a way out of this conundrum. The stipulation is that any person who purchases the magic lamp must sell the lamp in his or her lifetime to someone for a price less than his or her original purchase price, or else suffer continual unspeakable physical and mental tortures throughout eternity. In other words, one must sell the magic lamp for less than the purchase price. We eventually assume that people are somewhat rational in their pursuit of the lamp. We assume that the purchase takes place using a standard currency, let's say American currency circa 2024. The argument against the possibility of choosing a purchase price for the magic lamp goes like this. Dave considers purchasing the lamp for 1 cent, but realizes that it would be impossible to sell the lamp for less. Dave considers purchasing the lamp for 2 cents, but realizes that nobody would purchase the magic lamp for 1 cent because they could not sell it for less. Dave considers purchasing the lamp for 3 cents, but again, he realizes that nobody would purchase the lamp for 2 cents because they cannot sell it for 1 cent. Once again, Dave considers purchasing the lamp for 4 cents, and he realizes that nobody would purchase the lamp for 3 cents because nobody would purchase the lamp for 2 cents because nobody would purchase the magic lamp for 1 cent. Dave realizes that he can continue considering larger purchase prices in this hierarchy, but that the question is always of the form, I cannot purchase the lamp for X cents, so let's consider X plus 1 cent. And the requirement to sell is that there be an amount Y less than X plus 1 that some rational person will pay to purchase the lamp. Obviously, all the values Y have been systematically ruled out. So Dave concludes that there is no purchase price for the magic lamp under the constraints. On the other hand, the argument for purchasing the lamp goes like this. Dave tells the conundrum to his 10-year-old son Josh, who simply asks him, "Why can't you purchase the lamp for $500? In trying to answer his son, he realizes that it doesn't quite make sense to claim that if he purchases the lamp for $500 that he won't be able to sell it for $499.99. So he is forced to conclude that there is a value at which he can purchase the lamp. And in fact, there must be an infinity of such values. Dave is stumped. How can the proof and the counterexample both be true? That is the question we will quickly unravel. Let's take a little closer look at the argument. The first thing we notice is that when the price is high, the problem does not present itself. Even at 10 cents, the problem is manageable. It is at values under approximately 5 cents that we see the problem most prominently. The second thing we notice is that the reason for any problem at all is the inability to sell the lamp for less than 1 cent. The proof was constructed bottom up, and the counterexample was constructed top down. Let's look at the argument against purchasing the lamp top down for a moment. At 5 cents, the argument is Dave cannot purchase the lamp for 5 cents because nobody will purchase the lamp for 4 cents, because nobody will purchase the lamp for 3 cents, because nobody will purchase the lamp for 2 cents, because nobody will purchase the lamp for 1 cent, because it is impossible for anybody to purchase the lamp for less than 1 cent. That is the top-down argument. The complete dependence on not being able to sell the lamp for less than 1 cent becomes clear when the argument is cast this way. Another thing that is apparent is the statement, nobody will purchase. Because we have a counter-argument, we know that at a certain price, that formulation must be false. In that case, the construction of the original bottom-up proof must at some point deal with probability. The argument would have to be more like, 1. Dave probably should not purchase the lamp for 1 cent because nobody can purchase the lamp for less. 2. Dave probably should not purchase the lamp for 2 cents because few people would purchase the lamp for 1 cent, etc. In other words, there would no longer be an absolute proof that Dave cannot purchase the lamp at any price. But we are talking about somewhat rational actors. Under the rational buyer assumption, the bottom-up proof is correct as it stands because as long as there is any chance of not being able to resell the lamp at a lower price, the rational course of action is to not purchase the lamp. The risk is always too high considering that the consequences are so dire. There may be a probability of whether some rational actor will purchase the lamp at a given price, but as long as the chance that the actor will not purchase the lamp at that price point is positive, the choice must be to not purchase the lamp. In this regard, the top-down approach can be seen as hiding the underlying risk that the lamp cannot be resold. Purely rational buyers would not risk breaking the rule of not being able to resell the lamp, which entails eternal agony, and so would not purchase at any price. Notice that in any case, whether Dave should purchase the lamp should be based upon whether there are sufficient buyers for the lamp at a given range of prices. I think this is the key problem with comparing the proof and the counterexample. The proof assumes that because Dave chooses not to purchase the lamp at a given price, that means that there are no buyers for the lamp at that price. This will be true under the assumption of rational buyers. However, the paradox uses two different criteria for purchasing the lamp: Dave's rational buyer assumption and the top-down consideration of all potential buyers. We must pick one and stick with it. We should note that the ethical structure of this puzzle is really an artifact of the need to enforce selling the lamp at less than one paid for it. Do not consider ethics or empathy if you want to grapple with the fundamental paradox. If you do consider the ethical dimension, then you will probably agree that one should not purchase the lamp at any price that could potentially lead to someone not being able to sell the lamp. In fact, one should probably hide the lamp so that no one will be able to purchase it. But I suggest that you treat the paradox more as a board game, in which the dire consequence is really just the narrative provided in the instructions simply to motivate the game's rule to sell the lamp for less than you paid for it. Similarly, the paradox is not about economics as such. What we have are two infinities: the infinite value of the lamp and the greater infinite value of selling the lamp for less than one paid for it. Selling the lamp for less than one paid for it is therefore worth everything. It is not a loss, but a gain to sell the lamp for less when the time comes. And the price paid at any point means nothing, so long as the purchaser has the money to pay, because the purchaser can recoup the money paid instantly upon gaining the lamp. The fact is, the more one pays for the lamp, the better, because it will be easier to resell the lamp for less. Even as a point of ethics, one could see this as desirable, because then more people could enjoy the benefits of the lamp, though we are frowning on ethics at this point. Of course, the price cannot be too high, or the pool of potential buyers will be too low. To demonstrate these last points about economics and morality, consider that we could have a single machine that functions for each price point to make the decision whether to purchase at that price when given the opportunity. Hence, we could have an n-cent machine responsible for purchasing at n cents and an n-1 cent machine that is responsible for purchasing at n-1 cents, down to a 1 cent machine that is responsible for purchasing when the price reaches 1 cent. For the 1 cent machine, the rule would be never purchase. For the n cent, the n-1 cent, down to the 2 cent machine, the rule would be always purchase if you can, with certainty resell for less. The machines are very transparent and simple, except that each must be capable of determining what the others are going to do. We could restrict each to asking the one below it in the hierarchy what it is going to do, but let's not do that. Instead, let's assume that each machine polls the entire group below it in the hierarchy. Here's how this would work. Say the n-cent machine finds that the 5-cent machine is going to purchase at 5 cents, while none of the other machines above 5 cents are willing to purchase. Then the n-cent machine would purchase at n cents and resell at 5 cents. In fact, though, the result of a simulation of these n machines under the conditions of the paradox would be that none of the machines would purchase the lamp. This demonstrates to my mind that a simple non-economic rule captures the purchasing behavior in the paradox, and that the rule need not have anything to do with ethical considerations. That is not to say that purchasing the lamp in some reality would not have ethical implications. Just those implications can be stripped out the paradox without it losing its basic character. Introducing the n-cent machines also makes possible an easy way to vary the assumptions and test hypotheses. For instance, let the rule for the 3-cent machine be always purchase. Then the result will be that the n-cent machine and all machines above the 2-cent machine will purchase the lamp. In my mind, this is a result similar to the human intuition of what should happen, and I have tried unsuccessfully to find a way to explain the human intuition in terms of this version of the model. I would be very interested in hearing an analysis that explains the human intuition concerning this puzzle, say in terms of the n machines. Possibly there are other intuitions and that mine is really not the common one. Please leave your ideas and analyses in the comments. In conclusion, we say that the proof assumes that the buyer is a rational actor, and the counterexample assumes that the buyer is a less than rational actor. One could go either way, but the task is to be consistent. What are your thoughts?